Hi guys! Today I'll be making roasted garlic chicken, which contains, of course, chicken and roasted potatoes. So my ingredients are, I have a cut up whole chicken, I have about 6 potatoes, an onion, a lemon, olive oil, rosemary, garlic, all my seasonings, and I'll cover those. So the first thing I did was preheat my oven to 375. And I'm going to be cooking in a Dutch oven today, stoneware. So it's going to take a minute to heat up. Also, I put sea salt on my chicken and let that sit while I did all my other prep work. So I washed the potatoes really well, and I like to cook with the skin on. So I'll dice my potato up. You can use small potatoes, the petite potatoes, if you like. I chose to use the large potatoes that we already had. And so I cut them up in about an inch, maybe. Not too big, not too small. About an inch. And so what I'll do with those potatoes, I'll dice an onion as well. An onion. And you can make your onions pretty thick because all this is going to bake with the chicken on top of it. So just left the onions pretty large. I didn't dice them, just kind of sliced them kind of big chunks because all we want really is the flavor from the onion. And so here I have my potatoes and my onions already sliced and diced. And so what I'm going to do is add some extra virgin olive oil. Just add that just enough to cover the potatoes. I'm going to take some rosemary and garlic seasoning. Rosemary and garlic. Can't put too much seasoning on potatoes. And I'm going to put a little sea salt. A little black pepper. And that's about it for these potatoes. And so normally I would put them in a large Ziploc bag, but I don't have a large Ziploc bag, so I'm just going to make sure that each potato is loved on with oil and the seasoning. They smell good already. And I'm going to go ahead and separate the onions too as I'm just mixing this, going through separating it. Just mixing up the peppers and just making sure that everything is well seasoned. So then I'm going to take this potato mixture, it's just potatoes and onions, with the olive oil and sea salt and rosemary, garlic on it. And I'm going to transfer these to the bottom of my Dutch oven pot. That looks good already. So next, I have a concoction of, let me put my other glove on because we will be touching chicken. And I don't like to touch raw meat, I know. So here I have a concoction of butter, minced garlic, the rosemary garlic seasoning, some fresh squeezed lemon, and onion powder. And so what I'm going to do with this mixture here is just a garlic butter mixture with herbs. So as I said before, my chicken was already, I salted my chicken already. So I'm going to take this mixture and slather it on my chicken and make sure that I get it up under the skin, because this is where the flavor and the seasoning is going to come from. So I've already added the ingredients here. The fresh squeezed lemon, I've already put that in here. I've already put the garlic. I've already put my onion powder. I've already put all the seasoning in here, so I'm just going to mix it up again because I just added some more lemon to it. And lemon is not the key ingredient. It's just going to give it a little bit of zest. Okay, so this is what that mixture looks like. The butter has been sitting out. So if you have like a garlic butter already, just use that. You can use your regular garlic butter. And so I'm just going to slather this mixture onto my chicken. Just pick the pieces up. You can pick the pieces up, or you can just rub it on the chicken as such. And make sure you get it on the skin real good, because once that browns on that skin, it's going to look and taste delicious. So the gloves help me with the mush, because I hate touching meat without gloves, but this is a way that I can get around it. I can give the chicken all the love that it needs and all the butter and the seasoning that it needs, and not have to worry about my hands and what's on my hands and the stuff getting on my hands. Make sure you get that bone. Season and flavor that bone area too. That's going to be good. So, once I have slathered and lathered each of these pieces of chicken down, make sure I get the sauce up in there real good on each piece. Make sure it's slathered good. Because once that top goes on that baby, there's no coming off. Make sure I got all of my pieces buttered up real good. Somebody's calling me, but I can't get that because my hands are nasty. Okay, so I'm just about done slathering this butter all over my chicken, and which is a mess, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to take this chicken and put it right on top of, it's going to go right on top of the potatoes and the onions. So let me get that pot here. A little trash bowl. So I'll slide this over here. Oh, it's heavy. See those potatoes and onions? They look good already. So now I'm going to take these big pieces of chicken, the chicken with all the butter and stuff slathered over it. I'm going to lay him right there. I'm just going to lay this chicken right on top of the potatoes. So laying them on top of the potatoes do two things. One, it keeps the chicken directly off of the pan, so it can kind of, it raises it up so it can kind of cook from all the heat from the pan itself, if that makes sense. And then it's going to flavor everything underneath of this chicken.
One more sheet. I had to fold up one more sheet.
Okay, so here we are. We have everything in this pot right here. And there's a lot of butter and stuff left over in the bottom of this, so I'm just going to slather it any and everywhere. Just slather the extra butter. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of extra love on top of this. I'm gonna put, so that's all the butter and the seasoning and the flavoring, that garlic butter. And so I'm just going to go on top of this with some chicken seasoning, some little Jamaican chicken seasoning. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, that chicken smells good. So I'm just going to go over that with that. And so this is what the pan of chicken looks like. And like I said, the oven is already on preheat to 375. So I'm just going to put the cover on this and put this baby in the oven for an hour. Let you know what it looks like when I'm done.